I'm Phil Gaimon. I was a pro cyclist for 10 years. Now I'm retired, but I still train as hard as I can to set the best times on the toughest climbs I can find and go on fun adventures on my bike all over the world. This is Worst Retirement Ever. We're here in Ridgeland, Mississippi with Derek Emerson at the Kate Restaurant.
Kate Restaurant.
I ate here last night and I came back as fast as I could.
Well, thank you very much.
We're experiencing some southern hospitality in Mississippi. It's going well so far. Today we're going to ride the Natchez Trace, which is something I've been looking forward to for a long time. I've heard good things, and we're fueled by this hero.
Fueled by homemade cookies here in Ridgeland at Kate, so it's a good thing.
Awesome.
I think you guys will have a great ride today. Plenty of cookies to take with you. Fill the back pockets and go.
I don't mind if I do.
Should be warm.
It's warm. All right, so far so good. Let's see if the bike riding lives up to the snacks.
You'll have
Thanks,
a great
Derek.
ride. Thank you very
Appreciate it.
much.
So from the restaurant, we took a nice little bike path right up to the Natchez Trace Parkway, and local legend Bo Bourne is going to tell us a little bit about it, and I'm gonna back check his history on Wikipedia while we go.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Go for it.
All right, the Natchez Trace is one of the oldest roads in America, especially the southeast, and it starts in Natchez, Mississippi, 444 miles
yep.
to Nashville. Is that good?
Yeah, so far,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
all right.
Okay.
We don't really know how old.
Some might say it goes from Natchez to Nashville. Some would say it goes from Nashville to Natchez.
They would come down the Mississippi River,
Mm-hmm.
and then they would unload and then walk back home to the Ohio Valley. All the people from Kentucky delivering tobacco that was going to go to Europe.
As someone who hates walking, that sounds like quite
yeah. So
hang on. Well, okay, first, the quiz. How many miles?
444.
It says 440, but you're close enough.
Okay, all right.
I'm impressed. I thought I was being a jerk and you weren't going to know. Yeah, this is an old trail.
It's
this
an old
is
trail. It is.
Yeah, pre-Louisiana Purchase.
Exactly. Yeah, and from the Indian days. I mean, it was an Indian trail, and it's like the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Yep.
You just don't have the mountains.
It lost its importance as the rise of steamboat culture in the Mississippi. That was when people started transporting other ways.
Yeah.
All right, let's stop talking about it and start riding it. What do you think?
Sounds good.
But not walking it. So just a few miles out of town, there's a fork in the road, and the cars seem to go that way, and the cyclists go this way. Now this is a special spot, Bo. Explain why.
Yeah, back in 2000, before the Sydney Olympics, we had the Olympic trials, time trial here, and we also had the road race in Jackson. Tony Cruz won the Olympic trials road race, and he went on to some pretty cool things. And so on the women's side, Maury Holden won the time trial here and went on to the Sydney Olympics and got the silver. So we had the part of the trace closed, 40K out and back, and that rarely happens in the national park close the road.
Right.
So pretty special day.
They didn't close it for us.
No, they didn't. No, we just kind of witnessed that, I think.
I'm going home. I'm calling my agent.
Oh no, please. So I know you had a goal of being at the Olympics, and you unfortunately it didn't work out for you here.
Sore
I'm
subject,
sorry.
but that's okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, but as a consolation, I've got you a 2000 Olympic trials water bottle.
Oh.
Yeah, so I know you were only 14 years old at the time, but you should have been here.
2000. There's
Well,
There's water. That's stale. That is some stale.
yeah, well,
You could have rinsed it out from.
you know,
years old.
you might want to. But and also in here, I got a little pendant for you that your medal. So there's
there you go.
there's your Olympic trials
We got a
medal
pin.
right there.
They still doing Olympic pins. Remember that when I was a kid, collect the pins.
Yeah, I don't
Atlanta
know.
'96 anyway was big on that.
Maybe so. So
All right, thank you.
You bet.
I like that.
Absolutely.
I got a pin. I'll
Yeah.
find my collection from when I was 10, and I'm going to add that to it.
Cool. And just wash it out before you use it.
Yeah, but you don't have to tell me that. So it's warming up nicely, and we've got a great view of the. What is this?
The Ross Barnett Reservoir. Ross Barnett Reservoir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is and what is this? What is
Yeah.
this? I mean, obviously a nice view, a good place to picnic.
Yeah, it's a great view. Sunset, sunrise, it's awesome. But the trace runs alongside here and keeps on going north. And this is the water supply for the Jackson metro area.
Okay.
And
so if I have to pee somewhere, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Go on the other side. So
Yeah, just hypothetically.
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
hypothetically.
Okay.
I got you.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go over that way first. So, Bo, like everything else, this was originally all settled by Native Americans. And the Trace itself, the Natchez tribe, the Chickasaw, and the Choctaw,
Right.
right?
You're right. Exactly.
And what else were you telling me about the trail itself?
Yeah, even before the Native Americans, it was an animal trail in the prehistoric days. And in Nashville.
It wasn't an animal trail, like just people with horses and.
No, I mean, we had bison here in Mississippi.
Oh,
at one
okay.
point.
It's like
Yeah.
actually the animals made the trail.
They made the
Cool,
trail,
okay,
exactly.
okay.
And so they would go to Nashville, and where the state capitol sits in Nashville is on a salt dome.
Bison love country music, so they went to
They,
Nashville.
and that,
Sorry.
that too, of course. And so there's a salt dome there, and so they would go and it was minerals, and so they would lick the salt, and that's why it was a thoroughfare. And then
Okay.
of course the Native Americans then came in, and then the
Right.
pioneers right on the tail end of that. Now you got the national park. Yeah. So who knows how old the Natchez Trace is? Of course, it wasn't called that back in the day.
Sure, yeah, the bison
yeah.
didn't call it anything.
No, well,
Yeah.
I don't think so anyway.
And then what's the LaFleur name I keep seeing around?
Yeah, originally the area was called LaFleur's Bluff, and it later changed to Jackson. But LaFleur's Bluff, there was a Native American, Greenwood LaFleur, that had a trading post there. And so, then Andrew Jackson then came along and they renamed the city.
Okay.
And, Ridgeland is just north of Jackson here, so.
Got it. Okay, yeah, you see LaFleur like all the street signs.
Exactly, yeah.
Tour LaFleur.
Exactly.
And you also, you'd not mentioned and I saw this on Wikipedia, so this is part of your quiz.
Yeah.
The death of Meriwether Lewis, so
Yeah.
Lewis and Clark.
Yeah.
That Lewis.
Yeah.
Says he
Exactly.
was overnight shelter on one of the stands, sort of a little hotel.
Like a lodge, like a hotel.
Right.
Mhm.
And he was distraught over many issues, possibly affected by his use of opium, and committed suicide with a gun. So kids, that's why we don't do drugs.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just north of here. I mean, it's up in Tennessee, but he was traveling the Trace, and after they explored the West,
Too much opium.
too much opium. Stay clean, right? Stay clean.
That's it. Can't see a tattoo, but it's in there. Super nice day in Jackson, Ridgeland. Bo, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Guys, come out here, check out the Natchez Trace. What are some other cycling options around here? We've got some other guests who tagged along to discuss.
Yep.
Jason, you go first.
Yeah, so Jason Shear with Ordinary Epics. My wife and I put on a number of gravel races, so gravel is obviously booming. Everybody's talking about it.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. we're gonna get Phil out for a ride one of these days. But we put on a number of gravel races around the Mississippi area. Mississippi is steeped in rural traditions, so tons and tons of gravel roads on eroded roadbeds and flat rides throughout the delta.
I believe them. I've done some roads that are paved, but essentially they feel like gravel.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
it can't be a quick. And what else, like in the city?
We're really excited about the riding opportunities in and around Ridgeland. We have the Natchez Trace Century Ride that starts in Ridgeland and goes throughout the surrounding counties, and that has allowed us to put in a number 20 miles of multi-use trails throughout the city.
Perfect.
That
Families
families to come out. They can run, cycle. We're here on the Ross Barnett Reservoir, and you can actually ride all the way around it, 32 miles, and it's just an awesome, nice.
So you start on the multi-use trail, and then you go out and do the whole Natchez Trace 10 years later. That's the progression here. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Phil,
Great
for
to be
coming here.
Thanks, Phil.